Good morning. I hope you're having a fabulous Lammas Festival. And for my talk, when we were given the topic of food for the soul, I really wanted to think about grown-up play. I think as adults, we forget how important it is to play. Now, the majority of my adult career, I've been a youth worker. And I think that this has always kept me very young at heart and given me a great insight into the importance of play. I remember that one of my colleagues, my area officer, had a sign above his desk in his office, and it was a quote by George Bernard Shaw. And it was, "We do not stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." And I 100% agree with this. As adults, we have bills to pay and people dependent upon us. And illness and disability may limit our mobility or energy levels. But I would urge you, please still make time to play. On the whole, children tend to be a lot less stressed than adults. They make friends easier and they are much more inclusive. If you have ever watched kids in the park race off and become instant buddies with somebody they've just met, maybe we'll never ever recapture that openness again. But the benefits for play for adults include increased activity, creativity and well-being. So I'd like to give you a couple of ways about thinking and reconnecting with adult play. Firstly, just cast your mind back. What did you enjoy as a kid? I really like make-believe and putting on shows. Now, I don't have the time to commit to a regular drama group, but I recently found an improv gym, and you just turn up once a month and play drama games. And it's really helped me with my anxiety over my word finding difficulties, because if I can't find a word, it doesn't matter, and it really feels like I'm exercising my brain. But think back to what floated your boat as a child, or identify new fun things you'd like to try. The second thing that helps me with my play is planning for play. It's fun to be spontaneous, and if your lifestyle allows, certainly run with it. However, for a lot of us, play dates take a bit more forward planning. You may have an idea of what you want to do, but the where and how might need a bit more scheduling. If I plan a play date, then I'm much more likely to make it happen. So quite often I will schedule in some time with a friend and some ideas of things that we do. I use a planner at the beginning of the year by a lady called Leona Dawson, and she has 100 lists. And this 100 list allows you to think up at the beginning of the year 100 things that you want to do. Now that can be as big or as little. So this year it included going on a holiday, but it also included visiting local museums and local restaurants. So it's completely within what's practical in your sphere. My third tip is to find a partner in crime if you can. So another thing to consider is enlisting the help of someone. Not only does it have someone to share the moment with, but will hold you accountable to your commitment to fun. But with the caveat that if you can't do something, that they'll honour that. There's a fine line between pushing yourself to do something and knowing your own limits. There is also a practical element to this. Having someone to travel with means I can adventure further than I would if I were on my own. I spent a fabulous day travelling in, I think it was April, to London, and we did the Monopoly board, and I wouldn't have dreamed of attempting this solo with seizures. My fourth tip is to start small. If some of the things that I'm suggesting sound intimidating, Remember to start small. Hopefully you've got some ideas generating about how to have more fun. Find the most achievable one and have a go. Hopefully a quick win will spur you on to more commitment to play. My 5th tip is to have supplies at hand. When you can't go out to play, why not create your own play box? Adult colouring books, journals, jigsaws, Sudoku, small craft projects, cards and ball games. An easily accessible activity box can help you find a few minutes to embrace your inner child. I also have a book of prompts. It's Miranda Hart's Miranda's Daily Dose of Such Fun, which has loads of silly ideas for taking a quick break from adult life. I highly recommend Galloping Like a Horsey. 6. Make exercise more like fun and games. I'm trying to get more physically active, and I've never really been one who enjoys treading a treadmill. Over the past year, I've tried pole dancing, downloaded a jogging app where you try to outrun zombies, danced with glow sticks and drumsticks, and totally managed to miss out one of those clances where you bounce on the mini trampolines, and ended up in a pub instead. But as this is adult play, this is all totally allowed. And finally, failing everything else, if you're really struggling, hang out with a kid. If after everything you're still struggling to learn how to get down and play, try and visit with kids or have friends with kids visit you. As I've said earlier, we can learn a lot from children about how to have fun, how to lose ourselves in games, and how to kickstart our imaginations. So thank you very much for listening to my talk. I hope you are able to have some adult playtime, and I would love to hear what you do for fun. Thanks very much. Bye bye.